Hello guys, I'm Yasmin Faradila Mahawan from grade 12, Science 5. Here I will to tell you about biography of Raden Ajeng Kartini. One female character is very popular in Indonesia. She is Ajeng Raden Kartini, or known as R.A. Kartini. He is known as one of the national heroes who fought for the emancipation of women president known when she lived. About biography and profile of R.A. Kartini, born on 21 April the year 1879 in the town of Jepara. Date of birth was later commemorated as a day to honor Kartini, his nation, Indonesia. She was born in the midst of a noble family. Therefore, he obtained his R.A. or Raden Maya in front of its name. The title itself, or Ajeng Raden, used by Nestable before she was married. If married, then knight used was R.A. or Raden Ayu according to tradition. His father, renamed R.M. Sostroningrat, son of Prince Arya Chandranegara IV, a nobleman who served as the regent of Jepara. He is the grandfather of R.A. Kartini. His father is the person who Sostroningrat R.M. distinguished because of its position at that time as the regent of Jepara. Kartini's mother named M.A. Ngasira. This is the son of a kiai or religious teacher in Telukawur, the town of Jepara. According to history, she was a descendant of Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono VI. Some even said that his father's lineage coming from the Majapahit kingdom. The mother of R.A. Kartini is M.A. Ngasirah. Themselves are not descendants of Count, but only the common people only. Therefore, the Netherlands colonial rule when it requires that a regent must be married with the count. So, until finally, Kartini's father then married a woman named Raden Ajeng, which is a direct descendant of the Raja of Madura. R.A. Kartini alongside his brothers. R.A. Kartini own brother has total 11 people consisting of brothers and half-brothers. He is the fifth child, but she was the eldest daughter of 11 siblings. As a nobleman, R.A. Kartini also reserves the right to obtain education. His father then sends for Kartini IELTS, or European Leisure School. This is where she later studied language Netherlands and attended school there until he was 12 years old, because it is according to the custom of the time. Girls should stay at home to keeping it. Despite being at home, R.A. Kartini active in conducting correspondence with his friend, who is in the Netherlands, because he is also fluent speaking in Netherlands. From then, she got interested with the mindset of a European woman. She read from newspaper, magazines, and books that she read. Until then, he began thinking of trying to advance the indigenous woman, because in his mind, the position of indigenous women are still lags a long way or has a pretty low social status at that time. R.A. Kartini read a lot of newspaper or magazines of the European culture that become the customers who speak Dutch. In the 20 years old, she read a lot of books by Louis Coppers entitled The Steely Card, Van Eden, Augusta de Witt, as well as various Roman that speak, and feminists, all of which. He also read books by Multatulis, Max Havelaar, and love letters. Religion should keep us from sinning, But how many science did people in the name of religion? R.A. Kartini said, his interest in reading then made he has ample knowledge reserved for science and culture. R.A. Kartini paid particular attention on the issue of emancipation of women, see a comparison between Native women and European women. He also paid attention to the social problems that occur according to him. A woman needs to obtain the equation, freedom, autonomy, and equality law. Letters that Kartini wrote more in the form of complaints about the condition of indigenous women, where he saw example of Javanese culture that when it's more inhibiting progress of indigenous women. He also revealed in his writing that there are many obstacles faced by indigenous women, in particular in Java, in order to get more advanced. Kartini wrote down the suffering of women in Java, such as steeping it, should be non-free, science or study, as well as the existence of a customary carved freedom of women. The lofty ideals of R.A. Kartini is he would like to see indigenous women can study and learn why it is today. New ideas about equality or women's emancipation of indigenous sports, Kartini considered to be new things that can be changed the views of the community. In addition, Kartini's writings also contain about its meaning divinity, wisdom and beauty, humanity, and the various also nationalism. Kartini also mentions religion. For example, he questioned why scripture must be read and remembered without the need to understand it. His Netherlands woman friends of Rosa Abendanon and Stella Zihandilar also support that the thoughts expressed by R.A. Kartini. His story says that she was allowed by her father to become a teacher in accordance with the goals, but he was forbidden to continue his studies to study in Batavia or into the Netherlands. Through to the end, he couldn't next study to become a teacher in Batavia or advertisement any college in the country Netherlands. Tough when he received a scholarship to study there because in 1903, at the time of R.A. Kartini was about 24 years old. She was married to Dak K.R.M. Arya Singgi Ali Adiningrat, who was a Dak and also region in Rembang, which already has 3 wives. Despite that, the husband R.A. Kartini to understand what being R.A. Kartini wishes that he was then given the freedom to establish schools. The first woman who then stood next to government office Rembang, which then is now known as Boy Scout Building. The marriage of R.A. Kartini until his death, from her marriage to the Dak of Arya K.R.M. Singgi Ali Adiningrat, R.A. Kartini later gave birth to a son named Susalit Joyo Adiningrat, who was born on September 13, 1904. However, said a few days later after giving birth to her first, R.A. Kartini died on September 17, 1904 at a very young age, that is 24 years. He was buried in the village Rembang. Thanks to his struggle, then in 1912, the school stood by the woman she was in Semarang, then extended to Surabaya, Yogyakarta, Malang, Madiun, Cirebon, and other areas. The school was later named School of Kartini in honor of his service. Kartini Foundation is the family fundamental, a prominent colonial era of ethical politics Netherlands. Thank you for your attention. I hope you guys get more information about biography Raden Ajeng Kartini.